Fellow weebs, fellow otakus, welcome to another video, and we're going to be talking about some deluxe editions today, which is one of my favorite topics. Now I specifically want to cover what deluxe editions offer, pros and cons of deluxe editions, and overall, are deluxe editions worth it? Are they worth your hard-earned money? Now, if you guys have been following this channel for a while, you know that I really love my complete editions. I love omnibus editions. But today, I'm not going to have too much of a bias. I do want to cover the pros and the cons of having a deluxe edition. So without further ado, let's hop right into this list. So first of all, I'm going to cover the pros of having a deluxe edition. Deluxe editions offer bonus content. Well, most of them anyway. I haven't really come across a single deluxe or complete edition that doesn't have some extra stuff thrown in there. Bonus content can range from author interviews, colored pages, extra pages, behind the scenes, any of that kind of stuff. For some people, this may be a huge factor, and it might actually be the main factor, driving factor for them to consider getting a deluxe edition. Because like me, I know some people that love having their colored pages, having their laminated shiny pages, that deluxe editions offer. So what else do deluxe editions offer? Well, they also have larger artwork. Of course, you're getting a bigger form factor, a larger volume, so you're gonna get bigger pages, much more vibrant artwork that pops out. I mean, if you look at some of these deluxe editions, you're getting some really big page size, especially if you look at like Dark Horse, for example. Berserk releases Hellsing, Vinland Saga that I just looked into like a couple weeks ago. Just flipping through those pages and seeing the artwork just pop, and it's just a different feeling. And it's not something you can get from the smaller versions of the manga. Which brings me to my next point, which is the aesthetics. That's a huge reason why some people actually go for deluxe editions. Aesthetically, they look nice. Again, I know that there are people that prefer, the paperback editions. They don't actually like hardcover, and that's fair, that's totally understandable. So moving on to the fourth point, which is actually another big point, and that's the fact that deluxe editions compile multiple single volume editions into one. Technically getting at least 2 volumes, if not 3 or 4, maybe even 5, who knows. The Attack on Titan Colossal editions actually have a lot of, I think like 4 volumes packed into one. But yeah, anyway, you're not just paying for one volume, you're getting multiple volumes in one. That pretty much goes straight into my next point, which is deluxe editions are easier to collect. You're getting bigger bang for your buck. Yes, you're paying more upfront, but overall, including the quality, you're getting hardcover, bonus content, bonus pages, interviews, and all that stuff with multiple volumes combined into one. You're definitely getting your money's worth. Last but not least, one thing I did forget to mention for deluxe editions is the page quality. You're gonna get thicker pages, much more better quality, much sturdier. I can go on for days, guys, complimenting deluxe editions and the quality of them, But those are the main pros that I wanted to discuss for deluxe editions. Let's look at some cons, because I don't want to, as much as I do love deluxe editions, there are a few things that I do want to mention that I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, some of these things are pretty small, but still things that are worth considering. So first and foremost, you got a bulkier form factor, way bulkier than a regular edition. This makes it hard to carry. This makes it hard to display your manga on the shelf. It's difficult for portability if you want to take it out somewhere, if you're going out, you don't want to carry a giant textbook everywhere you go. Storage is also another thing. You're going to have difficulty storing these, just large ass freaking textbooks you're putting in boxes, And this brings me to my next point, which is shelf space. These behemoths are gonna eat your shelf space. You're not gonna have much room to work with. I mean, I know from experience, so these are valid reasons why people just prefer to get the single volume editions. They're more consistent with what they already have. You don't have these huge bulky volumes just sticking out. Everything's consistent, everything's neatly, lined up, it's looking beautiful. One thing I find myself being reminded from time to time when it comes to deluxe editions is having difficulty gripping them. Like, I just can't grab these things, you know what I mean? There's so many moments I've had where I'm holding the deluxe edition, I'm trying to read it, my hand is cramping up. Like, I'm having extreme difficulty holding this thing up, and maybe I shouldn't be holding it. It's kind of my fault. I should, I think for deluxe editions or these hardcover editions, you kind of want to put the volume down on a table or something, or lay down on the bed and read them. That's probably the best way to go about doing it. But if you're looking for a quick read, that's not the way to go. You know, you gotta take out this huge textbook. It's just not very convenient, you know. So I mentioned this in my pros, which is that you are paying more for a better product in the end. Yes, it's worth the price. You know, some people can't afford these things and they gotta get the single volume editions, and that's totally understandable, totally relatable, you know. I've been there, guys. And last but not least, these deluxe editions can have some very slow release schedules, whereas for single volume editions, you're not waiting as much, you know, you're not waiting as long. So, you know, it's a more steady pace, you know, steady release schedule. This is of course a minor complaint if you're a long-time collector. You know, you're not in a hurry to collect, obviously, but just something I wanted to point out nonetheless. But that's my list, guys. If you guys have something to add to that list, feel free to drop a comment down below. And yeah, let's have a discussion about it, you know. But aside from that, what do I personally prefer? I mean, I'm still gonna go for the deluxe edition, guys. You know I love my colored pages, my bonus content. You know, I need my bonus content, man. I don't know, it's kind of situational. It depends on the manga, it depends on the price, it depends on different variables, different factors if I would consider getting the deluxe over the single volume. But generally, yes, I prefer deluxe editions. If you have the luxury of buying a deluxe edition for a particular manga that you want to get, I say go for it, you know what I mean? But thanks again for tuning in, guys, for this video. I just wanted to, you know, throw out some points because I was reading my Vinland Saga and I was like, you know, my hand was cramping up and I'm like, man, these deluxe editions, they're kind of annoying to deal with sometimes. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. This is your host, Rich Taku, and I will be signing off.